welcome to the Intern Whisperer Live, the show all about internships and how to survive them. This is Khalil.
This is Jason.
This is Isabella. And on our show this evening is Maleik Davis, UCF graduate with a bachelor's degree in advertising, public relations with a minor in writing and rhetoric. And as a reminder to our listeners, you can listen to us live on the air. The phone number is, you can actually call us live on the air, not listen to it. You can call us live on the air, 407-582-2906. That'll ring right here in the studio for us. You can also chat with us online through Intern Pursuit's Facebook live chat, and you have to like Intern Pursuit to find us. You're supposed to say.
Coming up in this episode of the Intern Whisperer Live, hashtag What I Learned Stories, industry innovation, great leaders, coloring conversations, and the Wild Card Wednesday.
Okay, so how can people find us? You can find us in so many places. This is great news. Pivot Business Consulting, they have a Facebook page, a LinkedIn page, a Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. You can find Intern Pursuit on their Facebook page, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Intern Pursuit Game on Facebook and Twitter, and you can listen to us live on mixlr.com/Valencia College Radio, all squished together, one word, and follow the Intern Whisperer. You can watch us live on Facebook on Intern Pursuit, and you can also catch the recorded show later. And you can call us again live on the air. The phone number is 407-582-2906, and you can also chat with us online. And we sure hope we have some people chatting with us tonight.
So for our first sponsor, we have Florida Patient Association, whose mission is to bring support and services to patients in the state of Florida. If you have not received the help and support you need from an injury in the healthcare industry, contact Florida Patient Association for guidance on your rights. Thank you, Florida Patients Association. Visit the website.
All right, so if anybody's watching us live right now, they'll know on Facebook that Maleik is not in the studio with us. However, he is right up there on the screen. There he is. He's in Boynton Beach. So he is joining us via Skype. He is a UCF graduate with a bachelor's degree in advertising, public relations, and a minor in writing and rhetoric. And he is a 2018 MAIP fellow and ambassador. Welcome, Maleik. Can you hear us? We can't hear him. There we go.
How are you?
He's back. That's pretty loud. Okay. So we're always still figuring things out here, you know, because this was kind of echoey. Have to check the sound on this one too. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, that sounds good. All right. So what I think, I have no idea what an MAIP is. What is that? What does that mean?
It's actually MAPE. We don't say all the letters. It's just MAPE program. The MAPE program is the multicultural advertising intern program that I was a fellow from I was in 2017, as well as I applied again and I came back for 2018. It's the multicultural advertising program. It started in 1973, so we celebrated our 45th year, and it's to promote diversity within the advertising industry. So it's a very competitive program that you have to apply for. You have to it's many schools across the country where students apply, and then we all get selected for different cities depending on which agency needs us, and we're sent there, and there's a host of different events that occur.
Did you know about that, Jason?
I had no idea.
Yeah. Now Jason is from Full Sail, and he's a communications major.
Yep.
So this would be like right up his alley. He should know about this organization.
Definitely, and it's very important that students know about this great program, because you gain a lot of skill sets, a lot of training, both before you even reach the agency. You do have some training that you have to do, interview process as well. So it's helping you within the industry, how to get into the industry, as meeting different thought leaders, meeting different persons who may have been in the industry for a while. So it's a very great program.
Hmm. That's pretty good. Now, just so you know, Jason is Cuban,
Oh,
so he
wow,
would
that's
meet that
awesome.
need of diversity, right?
Yes, so there's a wide range of students who are in the program. So it's to promote diversity in the industry. So yes, definitely. With that background, he can definitely apply. Applications are open in October, I believe. So hopefully he'd apply. You'll apply, Jason, and there's like a
Does it
host of
cost
different
anything to apply?
agencies that are there.
Does it cost any money?
Well, if you're gonna, it depends if you're gonna need room and travel. So I did pay for the program, but aside from that, there's no cost to
Not
it.
for the
But
membership side
I'm
or the
sorry,
application. The
I did,
application?
application, I believe there's a $25 fee for the application. Aside from that, there's no other fee.
Hmm, interesting. There you
Yes.
go. There's another credential to put on your resume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the opportunity to work in other places. I think that's kind of cool.
Oh
I think
yes.
it's amazing.
Last year I
Yeah.
was in Kansas City, Missouri. This year I was in New York City. So they, depending on which where the agency,
Mhm.
which when you're applying, it depends on where you select that you want to go, and it depends on which agency and which area, which city that chooses you.
Hmm,
So it's a great opportunity.
that's pretty cool. So we're going to go and take a little walk down memory lane here for just a minute. You and I
Yes.
met like 2 years ago. Do you guys have that picture of us?
I
Can you
do,
pull
yes.
that one up?
I do. Let me just bring it up.
This is a picture of you and I together 2 years ago. I think when we were finished with your internship and we
Internship,
were at the
right.
BMDM office.
I don't know if he'd be able to see it
Yes,
right
right by the
away.
kitchen, I
He's
believe.
not sure if you'll be able to see it right away.
No.
I could see it from here, but Khalil, I think I can glimpse it. I think I know what you're talking,
You
which
see it
picture
here?
you're referring to.
I don't see it. How do
Yeah.
you see it?
Yes, right there.
Oh,
It was
he
right
sees
by.
it
You
from
had
that
baked
camera,
us
so I'm sure.
brownies and cookies,
Oh
I believe.
wow.
Yeah,
So
I would bring in a
yeah,
lot of food.
yeah.
Yeah, because we used to have team meetings every Friday at the BMDM office. That was the place where I worked out of before I got a spot at Starter Studio. And every Friday, because that was team day, because it's too hard to do it now. Not everybody can come in on Fridays. But I would, he's right. I would either make lunch or I would bring, we would have pizza day and we would all eat on there. Now, if you come down to Starter Studio, they have beer on tap. They have, and you can drink it. They have in the morning too. They have coffee and tea and all kinds of snacks. So, and like today there was a lunch, and so there's all of this food that's everywhere. So it's like I don't have to do that now. But I mean, it's not like I
I
had
still
to.
miss
I
your
wanted
cookie.
to.
You make nice brownies, so
Ah, thanks.
Aw.
I do. I'll make some brownies for you guys.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
The
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I didn't
Right.
make these brownies, but the kind of brownies I made sometimes were bourbon bacon brownies. So there's
Yeah.
a shot of bourbon in
Ooh.
them. Yeah.
That's the way I
And
like
then
it.
Yeah.
candied bacon on the top. And then I also did
That sounds like a heart attack. That sounds
yeah,
amazing.
it was
Yeah.
good. Tequila. I did candied jalapeno tequila brownies too. Do you like it?
Dang.
You liked it, yeah. And then I did this one where I did a whole Latin lunch where I had I really love Latin food. And just so you know, Khalil is Puerto Rican.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we froze again.
Oh.
There's Malik. He's all frozen.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there he is. He's back. So I made a pulled pork, and it was really yummy. It was so tender. And then we had little buns. And then I did a black bean and corn salsa salad. And then I had the brownies. And I think I had something else. I don't know what it was. But there was food. We had, and it was barbecued pork. I mean, we did that. Anyway, I might have to do something like that again. Okay,
Please do.
back on track though. So we had this great picture, and just so you know, Malik, that's the picture that Katrina is going to use in the social feed, so
Oh.
it'll have the two of us up there.
Okay.
But we met. Where did we meet?
We met 2 years ago, back at UCF for the advertising program Nicholson. I believe it was either Ad Club or the Florida Public Relations Association chapter quotes. They put on this career fair called Intern Pursuit,
Yes, they
and
did.
that's where I met you.
Mhm.
I met you at the Intern Pursuit. It was this big red sign
Yep.
that said pivot. So I
Yep.
went over and I met Isabella. That's where it all started. And
Yep.
I had my first internship at Pivot Business in 2016 for the summer.
That is so cool. And the client that he worked with, who was your client?
Well, understanding the structure of Pivot Business, our clients were Treasure Box Kids, and it was a clothing company for children, small children, and also Detail Flowers, the software company for florists.
Yep. And that details, they are killing it. They are doing really, really well.
That's
She's
great to
grown
hear.
like twice her size. And then I had run into Carolyn with Treasure Box Kids, and she was in negotiations to sell.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So she was, things were blowing up really. And that was just recently. I want to say like maybe, I don't know, like 6, 7 months ago with Carolyn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So anyway,
You
so
sure did
those are
well.
some of
Yeah.
the updates. But what did you do? Let's talk about what did you learn? The hashtag, we use this hashtag, what I learned from your
But
internship. What did you learn that you can actually take into the workplace?
at Pivot or just in general?
In general, all of those things.
Okay. Well, since it started with Pivot, I can pivot from there. Um, what I've learned is that I started out, it's like you're taking the theory part of school and you bring it all into your internships. And what I learned is a lot of interpersonal skills because with being at Pivot, not only did I work in the space, I was sent out to different companies. I was sent out to the different companies. For example, I'd be at BMDM for details flowers, and I'd be sent to Treasure Box Kids like once or twice a week to meet with her and to strategize with her. So a lot of interpersonal skills, knowing how to prioritize, learning how to ensure that everything's organized. So those are some of the skills I've learned and I've taken with me to other internships. So learning how to communicate, learning to ask questions, not being afraid to ask questions, and ensuring that you're meeting the needs not only in a timely fashion, but also meeting them, being efficient at what you're doing. So those are some of the skills that I've learned during my internships.
You remember when we did the kids fashion show also?
Oh yes,
That was
definitely.
really
So
good.
event
So
planning. Yeah.
the guys don't know, but I'm going to tell them real quick. So the client, children's fashion, it was little girls' fashion. She also had boys, but she really had, at that point in time, she had dresses for the little girls, and they were like under 5. So we had three. We had a 2-year-old for one photo shoot, but we did some photo shoots and we did a children's fashion show, and it was in a preschool. It was adorable, and they walked down the aisle, and all of the parents were there, and they were modeling the clothes, and we did a lot of really good social feed on that day.
Oh yes, definitely. I believe we streamed it
Yeah.
as well, and we had people were tuning in to see the school. So it was a great partnership, and with event planning, in addition to that, there was like a partnership with the school and with the client as well. So it's like it led to sales, increased awareness for the school itself. So it was a great partnership. So that's the first time I've like seen in an internship where two different companies can come together
Mm.
to have like uh, a well-rounded experience for me.
That's pretty cool. So you're looking for a position now. What kind of a job are you looking for?
Well, having done my internships, the degree that I have is advertising public relations. So I was in a in the middle, so to speak, like on the borderline. Should I go in PR? Should I go in advertising route? And to ensure that I am making sure that I'm doing what I love to do. I love to write, so that's why I have the
Mm.
minor in writing and rhetoric. So I'm at this point, I'm heading towards either account management or client services. Those are the areas that are my strong suit, where my skills and strong suits fit. So those are the areas I'm going into, I'm looking for.
Very good. I'm going to keep my ears open.
Thank
There's a
you.
couple of things that I thought I heard somebody was ready to hire, so I'll double check. And one of them is a client also. It's affiliate manager, so
Okay.
I'll double check with them. There is some writing that's involved with that. It's all affiliate marketing, and that's very, very different. They've been a guest on the show, too. I would suggest that you go back and listen to that so you can know more. It's Claudia, and she's with Affiliate Manager. Check with her. They actually have 2 students right now, one from Rollins, one from Valencia, and I think they're getting ready to hire one of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
they would actually hire both, but one of the guys is a wakeboarder, and he's getting ready to get a contract to go and do this professionally. So I think that's why he's not taking the. But that one graduated from Rollins, and he's really, man, the flips and stuff he can do on the boards. He showed me his videos, and it's like amazing.
Okay.
I'm sitting here going, okay.
Sounds good.
So he
So
wants
I've-
to go and do
I've-
that with his marketing too. You know, actually compete, but then also market in that industry.
Okay,
So it's pretty
sounds
cool.
good.
I got a question for Maleik.
Yes,
ahead.
definitely.
So, what type of writing do you like to do, and do you have a blog?
That's a good question.
Actually, on my website, I have 2 posts. So sometimes I typically use a book, like a regular book, and sometimes I journal a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the type of writing that I do. So I do like
What's your
descriptive
website?
writings.
I'm going to add it to the show notes. Sorry to interrupt you there.
Oh no, you're
I'm going
fine.
to go pull it up right now.
Pull up my.
Website.
Oh, it's currently under construction at the moment.
Oh,
So-
Oh, we can't find it?
No, you'll find it, but it just needs to. It needs to be more aesthetically pleasing.
okay.
So it's there. You could look at it if you want. It's called Maleik. It's my first
Oh, no,
last
I
name.
found it. I found it.
Yeah.
You're right.
I love it.
You need to add some more to it. You're right.
Yeah.
There it is. Now it's
Yeah.
coming. Okay,
Yes.
it's got the blue, the yellow, the gold and black UCF colors. That's cool. Where'd your picture go? You're gone. Okay.
It's there,
We'll find
right
it.
in the center.
Put it up.
So I just
Yeah.
need to add more content to it. But in
Is this a
general, it's
WordPress
just
site?
some work that I have done in school, as well as other projects that I have worked on to speak on the skills that I've gained in school and from my internships.
Oh, cool.
All right. Well, I want you to get on top of that one this week.
Yeah.
Okay, so I put that in the show notes so people know how to find it because this show is being turned into a podcast. I've got a podcast site. I didn't show it to the guys yet. And we're going to load all of these 8 months of episodes up on there and then the
Okay.
show notes so people will be able to go back and check them out and see, oh, yeah, this is his website. So it's
Yeah.
time to get serious on that website now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love the
All
branding
right.
colors.
So, inspiring leaders. Tell us who your inspiring leaders are.
Well, I don't really have a specific person per se, but I do look in different industry. Well, the first person who definitely inspires me is my mother. Reason being, she's a strong-willed woman. She taught me a lot and about the real world and what to expect. And wherever I go, I take whatever she has taught me and I brought it. So being diligent, being open-minded, being assertive. So those are different things that I've gained from her and much more. So wherever I go, I do bring that with me. Another leader, I would say, I don't know if anybody loves tennis, but I love Serena Williams. Reason being, she's very persistent at what she does. She's very focused and she knows what she wants and she's a go-getter. And that's one of the persons who I look up to in whatever discipline it can be applied to.
Mm-hmm. I know you have a little sister, too. I bet she's right up there, too.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Aw.
My sister as well.
Yeah,
She teaches
you'll
me
have
a
to give
lot
her a shout
too.
out. Yeah. Okay. So one of the things that I wanted to play around here is I sent you a poster. I'm going to show this over here. we have our intern pursuit. I don't know if the cameras can see it.
Barely.
Barely. Well,
Yeah.
nonetheless. So we were going to start doing these things called coloring conversations, where it's not going to work very well when you're not in the studio. But I would hand this to the guest, and we'd be able to color. And I have this box of crayons to give as a gift. It's kind of silly, but it's one of those just kind of fun things. Everybody, I'd say, what do you think about this idea? They go, oh, that's really cool. Because there's this place that when you sit and you color, people start having a whole different kind of a conversation. It's not feeling like it's an interview. It's more of like relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Relaxing, gotcha.
Yeah.
So let the questions flow.
Yeah. So I sent you one, and I don't know if you knew that, but that's that's actually the poster that was created for the game.
Oh, with all the icons and.
The Intern Pursuit game.
Okay. I don't actually see an attachment what you had sent to me.
Oh, that's a bummer. Now I'm going to have to go back and go find that one too. Ugh. Let me go and see where I sent that one. I thought I attached it too. I'm going to go check. Okay. Looking. Did I find it? No, I sent the picture. Wait. Here it is.
It's fine, but like if he can't color it, he's not in the
Yeah,
studio. He can't really color it.
Yeah.
I have no idea. It says that it's attached.
You can
But-
color the picture digitally in
No.
Photoshop.
It's not attached. All I was seeing was your attachment of, the document you
resume.
shared with me. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So I'm loading it right now, and I'm sending it.
Okay.
But there's a lot of cool things that have happened. Now, the game can be played, and you were with me when we were just starting the game.
Yes, I think I went when you were talking about it at an event sometime earlier this year or last year.
Yeah, because you came to
So at the
my
Starter
demo night,
Studios.
right? You were there on demo night at Dr.
I think-
Phillips.
Yes, I was there.
Mm-hmm.
At Dr. Phillips, I came to see.
Yeah, that was where I did a demo of the software. Well, actually, I didn't get to do it. We do a talk. It's not really a demo. I don't even know why they call it demo night, but it was a talk. And in there, I mentioned that there was a game, and that's part of the marketing mix. And then I also talked about the software, and we had a really great piece that was handed out to everybody in the audience, and it looked like a book. So when you unfolded it completely, it was this poster on the inside, but it was all completely colored in. Like, I actually the student that designed this, she made it giant poster size, and everybody signed it.
Oh.
It's so cool. I actually want to get a couple of these cutouts, like one of the characters and one of the aliens. And I had asked Q if I could put them in the studio here, and he said, "Yeah, if you want to carry them in and carry them out every week." No, but anyway, that was the purpose of it. Okay, so that was what I had sent you was the poster, but you would have had it in the program. It's pretty much the same picture.
Okay.
Just something to color.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I'll definitely try that out.
Okay, so what cool things in innovation have you seen? I want to share the thing that I saw. I was telling this to Khalil, and I think I may have mentioned it to you, but Jason doesn't know, and certainly our listeners don't know. So I usually look at like National Geographic or Science or the What If and all of these different sites about innovation. And I read this article today, and it was about a 21-year-old girl. This sounds tragic, but it really had an amazing ending. She's 21. She was beautiful. She was going through a lot of stuff in her life, and she was super, super depressed. She went into the bathroom. She took a rifle and shot off the bottom half of her face.
Oh my goodness.
I know, right?
This took a turn.
Yeah, that's why I said it's kind of graphic here.
Ooh, the
Yeah.
wild card.
She had eyes. She had eyes. Her brother kicked open the door, took her to the hospital. Anyway, so here's the thing. The doctors were able to rebuild her face. And this isn't like right at the same time, but it was a little time later. There was a woman about the same age that had died, and she left her body to science. And what they did was a whole face transplant. And this was the most amazing thing because I saw her picture, her before picture, and I saw her after picture. And she looks different. You know, the eyes are the same, but, you know, the face still looks different because it had to be reconstructed. But the reason why I consider that really great and a really great example of innovation and just technology is that couldn't have been possible before. But the doctors, what they had crazy respect for this because there was this in the article. It said that they just took a moment of, they said, reverence, of just silence, and recognizing the gift of that one person that had passed away, and what she was giving is a gift of life to somebody else. Because many times we hear about it in like hearts and in kidney transplants and things like that, but you don't think about it as a face. And she's the youngest person that's had one, and she looks amazing. So it's just, it's one of those really, I think, very positive stories, but it sounds really gruesome at first.
Yeah.
Because who would think that somebody could survive something like that? But yet she did.
Yeah, that's pretty intense.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an intense one.
Yeah.
He had to take a moment to think about that.
Yes,
Like,
to
okay.
process
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. But in this world of innovation, there's all kinds of things that are out there, things that help environments, things that are in the medical realm, anything in defense, in all types of things. Maleik, what is the coolest thing in innovation that you've seen or that you want to discuss or share with any of us?
I think that would be VR, virtual reality, and like AR, augmented reality. I think those are some of the very interesting things that I've seen so far. Sometimes I cannot really process how, like, I know it's a lot of designing or consumer journey mapping and all of that stuff, but it's just to see where we are and where it's gonna be at. So, for example, I don't know if you know like the Air Jordan that came out. I don't know if you've heard, like you'd see like an image of like Michael Jordan. He was gonna dunk, and you could take out your phone and the Snapchat, and you could actually see it on the court, like he was like physically there making that dunk. So I just think that virtual reality and AR, augmented reality, I think that's something that's gonna transform like the world in like a couple five or in the next 2 years, or it's already has started already. So I just think that's something very important or very interesting that's happening right now.
We had a guest last week.
I was about to say.
Yeah, go ahead and share.
Yeah, funny enough, our last guests, it was all about VR and how they're designing their own.
Brandon Rosato.
Yeah, Brandon, he's with Virtuoso and his software trying to recreate music festivals in VR, and that was just mind blowing. Everything he talked about. So, the VR is like taking the world by storm. You know, it's.
Oh my God, yeah. There's like so many opportunities because in education, I was reading another article about how they've actually brought that into the classroom. I don't see it in higher ed where we're doing it there, but with like kindergartners and elementary school, they've begun the process of putting in headsets in there, and the students are actually like public school, not private, public school, where they're actually, you know, interacting with some type of augmented reality or VR. There's always a really big event that we have here in Orlando. It's called Otronicon, and it's down at the Orlando Science Center, and that's where you can go and check out anything in that space of VR and augmented reality. But there's also Indienomicon, and Indienomicon is coming up. I think it's this weekend actually, and that's another big gaming space. Do you know about this?
Nope.
I'm really surprised because it's like a lot of Full Sail people are involved with it.
Probably all like the gaming people, but I don't follow anything that's really gaming.
Oh, I didn't know if it was like a really big thing on the whole campus. He's from Full Sail. Yeah. But you know what? Maleik doesn't know what you do. Why don't you tell him what you do? Because that's super cool.
Yeah.
I kind of do a lot. At Full Sail, I have this student initiative with WWE. So
He may not know what that is, so and our
World
listeners may
Wrestling
not.
Entertainment with like their
Wrestling.
developmental brand with NXT.
Oh.
So they film and record their shows at Full Sail, and they mostly do live event shows throughout Central Florida. So every weekend, except for this weekend, we travel with them on the road, going to these small towns in Florida, and I help out with their social media.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And he gets to run the show.
Well, just the fan of the night stuff. That's it. I'm not that important.
Well, he is when he's in charge. He isn't when he's in charge. That's pretty cool, I think. And then why don't you tell Maleik what it is that you do at UCF? He's a UCF student also.
I don't do much. It's
Right now, you're both awesome because you're on the show.
I've just been there one semester. I'm a film major. Haven't really been too involved with anything film related aside from like the campus movie fest and just class projects. But I'm not too involved with anything aside from this show. Working at Publix. So it's like I'm afraid I don't have as much to talk about.
Well, since you're a film major, I do remember in Nicholson there was the RTV radio television program. They do have this show like a night. I don't remember what it's called. It's like
Tonight's the Night?
nightly something, and it's like production. So if you might be interested in doing that, they always want people to help, etc. So you could go.
I'm in the chat. There's also a nightly news. Like the UCF news show. I don't even know how many people watch it, but there is a news show that goes live, I think, every Wednesday. And I'm in the chat. I just never made it to like what is it, Fridays or when? I'm not sure. I just never made it to the actual shooting. So it's I'm in there. I get all the information. I just never showed up. I never bothered.
Okay. Definitely, I think the most I think there's over 200 clubs and societies there. There's a lot to do. So it's great to be a part of even a club or so that you could like give your time to and get different experience along the way. So it's a great experience.
Yeah. No.
How many clubs were you in when you were at UCF?
Let's see. I think just primarily, 3 because of my major. So I was like in the advertising club, ad club, and I was in Quotes. That's the PR chapter of the FPRA, the Florida Public Relations Association. So I was in those. I was a member of those clubs. So we'd have different activities, go to different agencies around Orlando, meet with, go to events where other chapter members are to like talk to them, ask them about their experience, networking. So that's one of the key things that I got to love it, is like networking, and some of the people I've met there we're still talking or keeping in touch. So that's one of the key benefits of going to being a member of these clubs as well.
Okay, yeah, I met many people that are from Quotes, but I never had any, like, I didn't know what it was, and I just knew a lot of people that belonged to it.
There's other majors that attend that. It's open, and it's a really big career fair, actually, over on the campus. Have you ever been to UCF, Jason?
After hours, yeah.
Do you know where the student union is?
Is that near the water fountain?
No.
No, that's like
by
in
the
the
library.
center.
Oh, I know I've been to the library and that big water fountain, but that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The student union is like the center of the campus. It's behind.
It's
the
right
library.
behind. It's right behind the library.
Yeah, it's where the food court is and some big conference rooms and things like that.
Never been there.
Anyway, inside of there, they have, that's where they do, it's like, I don't know, a pretty decent size auditorium, and all of the employers sign up to be a part of it. The students can come in. It's primarily PR, advertising, and marketing and sales students that go to it. But I've honestly been
And
able
business
to...
too.
Business? Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a couple business students there as well.
Okay.
I've seen, well, that's how I got Jerron, actually. He was radio and film. And then I've also gotten some students that are game, like, some type of a game designer.
game
So it's
design.
kind of a mix. You know, it's
Yeah,
not just limited.
a lot of students, different majors come there as well.
Yeah,
I'm
which
sorry,
is smart.
which fair was this?
It's
Intern.
UCF Quotes, but it's the PR and marketing program.
Because I went to the Intern Pursuit.
It's called Intern Pursuit.
Oh, that's the one?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, I
Yeah.
went this semester. And I spoke to a couple of the...
How did I not meet you?
I don't know. I got there a bit late, and I was like rushing. There's so many people. I was like rushing, trying to see who.
Well, when was that?
Um,
Was it in the fall? Like,
no, I've only been here this spring. I went.
no, I was there in the spring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went there. It was like around 5 p.m. I don't remember. It was in the afternoon.
Yeah, it opened at that time.
Yeah, it was there was one in the morning. There was one in the afternoon. I went to the afternoon.
Okay, I don't know anything about this then.
And I was there late, like an hour late.
And
I
it's
spoke-
called Intern Pursuit?
Yeah.
How did I not get on that list? I missed that one.
Maybe you were there.
I think they do have two different. One wasn't. I think
I do one in the
the
night.
journalism program. I think they have their career fair in the morning, and I think Quotes has theirs, or Ad Club has theirs in the afternoon, in the evening
Yeah, because
portion.
I go
I
to the
think.
one that's in the afternoon. What's the morning one?
I think it's. I have no. I think it's like a career fair for the journalism
That's-
students. I
yeah.
believe.
That's what it was.
Oh.
The morning was journalism, and the afternoon was like ad PR and.
Art PR, yeah.
Yeah.
How do I get
Yeah.
on that journalism list? I got to find that one out now. I'm serious.
I can't tell you. I really don't know. I was just told about it by the Juron and the frat and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. Anyway, well, what cool innovation have you guys seen in your industries that you got at school or whatever?
Oh my God.
I would think at Full Sail they're doing all kinds of amazing
Well, at
things.
Full Sail, this is gonna be a little weird, but in my class that I'm taking this month, I had to do an article analysis on 3D printing,
Mm-hmm.
and I know 3D printing has
That's
gone to
pretty
the
interesting.
point where they made ovaries.
They
for
can
mice.
make food.
Yeah,
Make
they also
what?
made a house.
What?
Yeah.
Food?
They made ovaries for mice, and they actually work, and then the mice can actually hold babies, and then 5 years from now they're looking to doing human trials with 3D printing
Wait.
for female ovaries.
Wow.
That is insane.
You know, now I was honestly, this is really interesting to me because I was thinking about this. I was thinking, what if, because I was watching one of these shows and it was futuristic, and what if the mother died early and yet they could save the child? Could they actually put the child in, and I'm going, would that be inside of a mother? I don't see how that could happen. But they would have to raise that child like
An incubator or something?
an incubator, yeah, or in a false womb, so to speak. Like,
no.
I'm sure that
Watching a
stuff
lot
is
of Black
going
Mirror.
on.
Yeah, that's
Of
what I was
course, like
thinking,
it's
Black
in
Mirror.
terms of like animals
Yeah.
and
That's like
animals
dark
like
web stuff.
breeding. I'm sure they do something similar to that,
Yeah.
like creating an embryo and then raising it artificially. I think they have done that before in terms of animals. So I think they might do that for people who in such extreme cases as you mentioned.
Yeah. Scary to think about.
It is.
Scary to think about.
With 3D printing, there was like a big thing with 3D printing guns, and how they can't be tracked, and they don't have what's the name? I don't know much about guns, but it was a lot of people that would 3D print their own weapons at home, and they're good for like at first they were good for like one use. You could fire them once and they would melt, but they've been like getting improved over time, and now there's rifles that can hold 30 rounds or something before they get destroyed, and there's people just fabricating guns in their homes with the printer, and you can't track that.
Yeah,
no,
that's
you
a
can't,
huge
but that's
thing.
illegal.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But, that won't
I
stop
remember
anyone.
reading that article too.
Yeah.
They've done so much with 3D printing. The first 3D printed house that's like you can live in.
No,
Is
now
in
see,
Haus-
and they
in
do that like in a
Austin.
day. They can print it in a day.
Mhm.
Oh my
But
God.
I found it amazing that they could do this with food, honestly.
That's
I think the ability,
Food.
and it tasted like hamburger. They made like a 3D hamburger, and I don't understand how they made it taste like
What
food.
material was it? Like it's not.
Yeah,
You know what? Now I'm going to have to go look it up.
Isn't it plastic? It's not-
No, it wasn't plastic.
I don't know.
It was used a plant-based product to produce it.
Oh.
and so then it looked like real hamburger.
So like a vegan burger or something? It's
Yeah,
I
pretty
love
much.
tofu burgers.
That's
But it
interesting.
actually
Plant-based.
it tasted
Never
like
had
the
a
real
tofu
thing,
burger.
is what they said.
You're missing out.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought that was pretty amazing also. Okay, so let me just make sure that we're staying on time. How are we doing? Oh,
We're good?
I think
Oh,
we're good.
We have a
Yeah.
good 18 minutes.
okay. Yes and no, because we always have to have
Mhm.
that extra time for our commercials
Right,
and
right.
stuff. Or not commercials, our
Spons.
sponsors. Yeah, our sponsors.
But I had one question from earlier though. Malik, when it comes to
Yeah.
writing, do you have anything published?
When it comes to what?
Writing, do you have anything that's published?
I'd love to publish some stuff that I have written, but no, I haven't published anything yet. So it's just writing on the blogs or like transferring from book online. So that's where I see myself writing or also contributing to columns as well. So in the future, that's where I see myself doing
Okay.
extra
I have
stuff
some
outside of
suggestions
work.
for all of you guys. If you really want to take the writing up a level, okay, so first get your website so it looks like you're you're really into the writing. But publish your articles there, but then also publish them on LinkedIn because you can share them out there. And I've had 2 articles get picked up by LinkedIn and then put out in a bigger distribution. And you don't know if that's going to happen to you because
Okay.
nowhere was that a goal. And it just absolutely happened. So I would say write really great articles and make sure you share it on your LinkedIn because that's going to drive more traffic to your website, but they'll also more people will see how you write.
Right, definitely.
Yeah, that's a really good thing to do because I'm the testimony and I know it works.
Yeah, we'll be looking out for your website though. Whenever
Oh,
that's ready.
definitely. Yeah, I just need to add more content to it and just make sure it's,
Okay.
much better, improve on it.
I think that what you should write about is the whole augmented reality and how that's going to be impacting marketing. I wrote an article about the future of work and what that looks like, and how some positions are going to be going away and others are, we don't even know what they are yet.
Yeah,
Right?
that's pretty hard to think about.
Yeah.
Seeing where we're going with technology, so that's a very important discussion to be had.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of the other things is that so many people are working remotely. I think it really allows you to be able to do that remote work with a firm. And Affiliate Manager is a really good example of that. They have decided that they're no longer going to meet in the Starter Studio office. They're all going to work remotely. And they're going to come together once a month and just, be together as a group. Whereas it's kind of weird because, they used to sit, well, they have until the end of this month. They sit across the table from each other, and they are a very tight-knit group. And they all, either have their lunches together and they do like a monthly team thing together. They've gone to that escape house. Has anybody ever done that?
I've heard of that. I
I've
really
heard
want to do it.
I've not.
I've never done it before.
Yeah.
There's one on University, I think, Boulevard, but I've never been to that one.
On University Boulevard?
I think so. I think it's near to UCF, somewhere near UT.
Wow, I'm
UCF.
going to have to go look for
I've
that.
heard
I know
about it,
there's
but I've
one
never-
on iDrive.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that one.
Oh,
The
maybe it's
escape room.
iDrive, my mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Excuse me. Anyway, so now let's go to the wild card conversation. That can be anything that we wanted to be able to discuss. So it's open up for discussion. Anybody have any topics that they want to bring up? We should let our guests pick first.
Yes.
Do you have any topic that you want to be able to discuss?
Um,
Interests, hobbies?
Like what I did discuss aside from in terms of like you'll be like when we get into the working world, we'd be focusing on our tasks on a daily basis, but having that hobby or having that that skill set that you could transform to something meaningful outside of work. So any side projects. So does anyone have like any side projects? So for example, I believe Khalil, is it Khalil who
Okay.
has a film background? Do you
Mhm.
do a lot of photography, a lot of do you do a lot of filming and any
Um,
other projects
He's
that you're
turning the
I
working on?
interview back on you
mhm,
guys.
yeah, no.
Dang.
Thing is, I have quite a bit of. I take pictures every now and then, and I'll save them on my computer. Maybe I'll edit them, or I'll mess around with them, but I won't post them anywhere. It's just like I just don't do it for whatever the reason.
Not
Maybe
even on Instagram?
no. I've been thinking about it. I've been friends tell me, hey, just post your stuff on Instagram, and I just don't do it. And it's
You don't think they're good enough or what?
yeah. So sometimes sometimes I just don't want. I don't like putting myself out there. My roommate and I, we've recorded a couple of things. I've helped him with some videos and stuff, but most of my things I don't put them out there. I don't. Maybe I'm just too.
That has to change.
That has to change if you're wanting to be in
Yeah.
film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I know,
Yeah.
but it's just something I haven't worked on. You know, it's
Okay, so we need to help
Unfortunately.
him. We all need to make sure we push him in that direction.
Oh,
Like
man.
we're pushing Maleik to be able to write, and I'm going to go and look at your website by this Friday. I expect to see a change.
Ooh,
I don't know
Okay.
what it's going to look like, but make a change.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll check every Friday to see what it looks like.
Okay.
Okay. So that's your challenge. So by the by the first Friday of September, that whole website's supposed to be completely updated.
Okay. All right. It will be done by then.
That's
The
essentially
additional
3
updates.
weeks. You have 3 weeks.
It's
Okay.
okay. We, at Full Sail, we do that 3 weeks. That's all the time we have.
all right.
You can
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
That's true.
But honestly, a website, you can really. What platform did you use to build it?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I used Wix, and that's where I bought my domain through.
Okay, there's no reason then. You can have it done in a day.
It's not hard. It's just
Well, Wix is like drop and drag, honestly, guys. It's like a PowerPoint, so it's super easy. But, he needs more articles.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And you can take this show and you can put this up on your website too.
Talk about
yeah,
your
I could do that
experience.
yeah, I could have a section, a tab for that.
Yeah, where it was all about you and what we were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
good.
so I'm going to come back here now. I'm going to ask. I was watching a movie, and there's a movie I wanted to go and see. I wanted to see Deadpool 2.
Mm-hmm.
I love Deadpool, but I was told that this past weekend there was a superhero marathon, 20 hours of Avengers and Marvel.
Oh, wow.
I know,
I live for
right?
this.
I was asking my friend on Facebook, where is this theater? I want to go see this. What is the best movie you guys have all just seen recently? Because sadly,
From Marvel or just in
any movie you just recently saw. Let's go. We'll start with Maleik.
Well, actually, I haven't been in a theater. I don't think I've been in a theater any time in the last 3, 4 months, honestly.
Oh,
How
wow.
about
Oh, my
outside of a theater?
goodness.
How about movies online, Netflix, or
Anything
anything?
outside of a theater?
Um,
He's not a movie
it's so
guy.
hard. I can't really think because normally I just watch vlogs,
Okay, that's fine.
vlogs, or I'm constantly reading.
Okay.
Are-
So
are-
it's either
Are you on
vlogs,
YouTube a lot?
YouTube all the way.
Yeah,
So it's, I
yes.
haven't been in a
I
theater
spend
in
most
a
of my time
while.
on YouTube.
I agree.
Yeah. There's a YouTube video series. It's called Demolition Ranch. If you like guns, that's the one to watch. Yeah. Because the guy, he's a veteran, not a veteran. He's a veterinarian, and he has one that's called Vet Ranch, and then Demolition Ranch, and in Vet Ranch they do these procedures on dogs that are about to be, or cats, animals that are about to be put down, and they bring them back. They are funded by a nonprofit, and they help these animals get well and then adoptable, and it's amazing what they've done. Demolition Ranch is one where he has like flamethrowers and all kinds of stuff, and he's blowing stuff up on it, and that's just great fun to watch. So I would say look for that one if you like YouTube
Reminds
videos.
me of FPS Russia. I don't know if you guys ever.
I'll make notes of that.
Yeah, yeah. So since we were talking about guns earlier, that's the one to watch because they have a blast on that one. All right, so Jason, what movie?
I recently saw Mamma Mia 2.
Oh, you did?
I love that movie. I love the Mamma Mia's. So,
you know what? I just looked at the clock, and we need to be wrapping up. So we've got to go really fast now. Oh my God, into the notes.
Wow.
So, real quick, we need to have our second sponsor.
Oh, okay. Let's get right to it then. Affiliate Manager offers a complete management service that covers all aspects of developing and optimizing an affiliate program. Not only do we provide expertise, identify high potential opportunities, and execute campaigns to maximize performance, we make it a point to require minimal work for our merchant partners. You can reach them at www.affiliatemanager.com. Thank you, Affiliate Manager, for sponsoring the Intern Whisperer Live.
Okay, we're skipping the music tonight. Thank you, Valencia.
Right.
Shout outs. I'm thankful for Jason and also Khalil and Maleik for you being on the show with us. I have no idea if we had any outside viewers, but we have to go really quick and just say honestly, because we've got somebody that's coming in behind us. This is Isabella.
this is Jason Ferrer.
This is Khalil.
And this is...
Maleik. This
All
is
right.
Maleik.
Thanks for watching The Intern Whisperer, and thank you, Q, for letting us be here. Close music.
All right, let me just... It may have frozen a bit. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh, we're in trouble.
Sorry for the abrupt closure.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be that way. It's like I lost track of time.
It was nice to meet you, Maleik.
It was nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too, Khalil. And what's your name again? Khalil and Kevin?
Jason.
Jason.
Jason. Okay.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
What's going on?
It froze.
It froze?
Yeah.
All right. We may not have any closing music.
All right.
All right. Yeah,
Take
we have no
myself outta
closing
here.
music. Anyway, so thanks for all of our listeners, and you can watch us again next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.